Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2. This is Maria. I just had a quick announcement that I wanted to show you and that you could see and hear. I'm also going to type it up in an announcement. That way, all modes of learning are going to hear and see and understand what's happening in the course. So, there are a couple of things that were left out of the course that I needed to add back in. And because they're course outcomes, oh my goodness, we need to have them in here. And I am just wanting to let you know there's some new assignments in here. You have plenty of time to do them. They are part of the course, and let me introduce them to you. So here we go. I actually put a couple of them up here, like the big ones up here on the left hand side. If you can see my little cursor, my arrow here. Um, so you can see that we have a resume assignment. If you click on here, there'll be more information and persuasive presentation. Let's look at it really quickly. So we have a resume assignment that's coming up. If we click here, it'll open up this, and here are your instructions. If you scroll down, you'll see that I actually added a video in here that explains the resumes. So kind of like a video lecture. And there's a link that I talked about in the lecture that's in the presentation. This is the presentation if you just want to look at it by itself, but this is me giving you the presentation in the video. And then here's the link I talked about. And of course, here's the assignment, and the due date is up here. So you can see it's way out. You have lots of time to work on it, lots of time to let me know, like if you have questions on it, and as you're working on it, you can send those questions to me. All right, so the next thing, I'm going to skip this real quick and go right down to week 4. You have, this is coming up next. I mean, in relatively speaking, it's coming up soon. You have an individual assignment. So I want to see how you write, and I want to hear some of your own personal words. And so you're doing a lot of things in the lab where you're correcting work. And so we're learning a lot about, how to make things look better and more professional, but let's give it a practice, let's give it a go. So here is your chance to do that. This is really, actually a really simple way to start writing professionally and do it as an assignment. So here we go. We're doing a memorandum assignment. It tells you exactly where you should be looking at for information in your book. And then, of course, when it's due and what's required of you for the memorandum assignment. And the great thing about it is all you're going to be doing is talking about your own your personal experience. There are questions about you, so it's not like you have to make up anything too difficult to talk about. It's just, can you fill out a memorandum format? Can you create that? Can you understand what that looks like? I'm going to add in a couple more resources in here so you can click and look at some examples, but they're all throughout your book as well, and so that is awesome to know. And then that's coming up, and then we've got a group project. Yeah, so you guys aren't in groups yet, but by the end of the week you will be. So we're going to have you guys put together a professional email, and you can read through it and see how you're going to work through this. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I may make another video just to go over how to do the professional email assignment. But I think it's pretty straightforward. You're coming up together with as a team to come up with an email to a professional person that you're inviting to come speak at your event. And so there's a lot of little things that you have to think about is, how to address that person, what to put in the subject line, how to get to the subject quickly, how to connect with your audience, the person that you're trying to ask to come, what can you offer them. I mean, there's a lot of little details that as you're reading through the chapter that talks about this, it will bring this to light. So this is a really great skill to have, and you can work on it as a team. So that'll be really great too. And that team aspect also allows for you to have some opportunities for collaboration, talking with people that are not you, right? So people outside of you with different backgrounds and interests and different kinds of knowledge. So this can be a really great thing. And then the last thing that you're going to see here is the persuasive presentation. So there is, I think it's chapter 11 that talks about persuasive techniques and why persuasion is an important element in communication. I'll be putting together another PowerPoint video that you'll see you there in a couple of weeks, and you can even look at it early if you want to. Chapter 11 doesn't come in until about week 6, but you're free to look at it early and talk to your group early if you want. It shouldn't take you 6 weeks to really come up with this. But if you want to get started, you could totally do that early. And so you're going to come up with a persuasive presentation assignment. Yes, I know you're not in person and you're not together, but it's really great. We actually have Zoom that is given to us here at the school. So everybody has access to Zoom. And actually, you can do it through, I don't know if you've used this yet, the online rooms. And so you can just click on there and you can get access to Zoom. There's also a couple of guides that I wanted to share with you. If you just click here, Zoom Student Host Guide, it talks about how to install it and then also how to run your own meeting, which you'll have to do. So you'll run your own meeting, invite everyone to it. Everyone clicks the links. And I would use Zoom, if I were you, to communicate with one another just as a group, just so that you can get to know each other a little bit and start having a conversation about what do you want to do your presentation on, and practice that tool if you haven't had a chance to. And then for the final presentation, you're going to be just recording your Zoom, so you don't have to look at anybody, which is, I mean, for a lot of people, that's the difficult part of public speaking. You're not speaking to an audience that's staring back at you. So hey, that's one advantage. And you'll be just doing your presentation together at the same time through the computer, and it's going to be recorded. So make sure that you hit that record button, and then you will send me that recording, and that will be your presentation. And I will, if you look through here, it talks about what the guidelines are and what I'm looking for. And we'll be talking more about this as we get closer. So, okay, that's kind of what we're up against here for our next few weeks. Week 2 looks pretty normal. Just expect to be put into groups by the end of the week. And then look forward to week number 4, where you're going to be writing your own memo and talking about you to me. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you very soon.